We are going to talk about silhouettes. It's a popular thing. People do all kinds of neat things with them. I absolutely love stuff like this personally. You'll see a lot of them on Etsy, all different silhouettes. Um, they are super easy to make yourself, and you'll probably get a higher quality than what you're going to get just finding a silhouette online, and I'll show you why. So this morning I wanted to do a Beauty and the Beast silhouette. I love this one. So what I did was copy this, I pasted it into Inkscape. There it is. Clearly not an SVG, it's got a gray background. We need to turn this into a vector file. So what you'll see in a lot of like Facebook groups where people just trace things for you, which is a huge favor people will do for you, but it doesn't always work out so well. If I go to Path, Trace Bitmap, and I trace this, it's just, all we really need is two colors. It's just for the most part a black and white image. Whenever I trace something, I leave colors on. I take smooth off, otherwise it's going to oversimplify it and you're really going to get like mushy lines. And check remove background so that you get rid of this gray in the back. And now we hit OK. And what that leaves us with is our silhouette, which first glance it looks like that. But if you zoom into this, if you hold your control button and you scroll with your mouse wheel and you look at this a little closer, drag them a little closer together here so you can see, you're going to see that this no longer has all the nice detail that this had, because this was just a JPEG image or a bitmap or something like that. So it's all nice and clean, but when you try to trace it, you lose a lot of that. It gets all fuzzy and weird. Not exactly what I wanted. So we're going to make our own. Let's zoom back out a little, get rid of this. I'll just put that over to the side for now. I go on Google, and now if I search Beauty and the Beast clip art, I'm going to get regular clip art color pictures. When you're doing this, first of all, you do want to make sure you're conscious of what you're picking. You have to kind of picture what it's going to look like as a silhouette. If, for example, see like this one. Like this is a pretty, they're dancing, it's all pretty, but she is completely in front of him. When you turn this into a silhouette, all you're going to see is this outline shape, so you're not even going to know that that's Belle in front of him. It's not going to look like Beauty and the Beast. So you have to kind of pick one that has enough definition to like the overall shape, if that makes sense. So like just for simplicity's sake, I am going to take this one. They're kind of standing apart, so you'll really see both of them, I think, well enough. If not, you could always pick a different one, but we'll try this one. So I'm going to copy that image. I'm going to paste it in here. As a side note, I've had a couple of people ask me about this. Sometimes the image that you grab on Google, I don't honestly know how it happens or why it happens, if it's something that the website that it's on does intentionally somehow. But when you go to copy and paste it, you'll copy it here, and when you paste it in here, it's black. When that happens, instead of copy and pasting on Google, just save as and save it to your computer somewhere, and then import it. You can go to File, Import, and you can just bring it into Inkscape that way, and then it won't be black. Okay? Anyway, so now back to our image. So if we take this and trace this one, normally when you're tracing something to actually recreate it in all full color, you want to get as many layers as you need to have the look that you want. We don't really care about that. We're going to turn it into a black and white anyway. So all we're looking for is enough scans that we make sure we get all of the detail that we need. So again, I'm going to, colors is already on, smooth is off, background is on. I'm going to increase the scans until I make sure that's probably pretty close, but we might still lose little spaces around her face and whatnot. So we'll go one more. That should give us enough color to make this work. I'm going to hit OK. I don't really want 15 layers because I'm just deleting 14 of them anyway, just making more work for myself. So there's our new image. There's our old one. I usually keep that off to the side just for reference. So now, the next thing is any place that there's a space, this space in here, this space in here, that are contained completely in this one too, completely contained inside your image, are gonna disappear when you make this a silhouette. It's gonna give the whole outside shape, but these are gonna get filled in because they're part of the inside of the shape. So we have to sort of maintain those. So before you do anything with your image, go to your paint fill bucket. Just pick any old color that's just bright that you'll find it later, and fill in any spaces that you need to hold on to. So those are the ones that I'm worried about keeping. Then I'm going to go to my selector, hold my shift button, and select all three of those and hit union. You can do control plus plus or you can do path union. Now, those, I'll explain why, but just keep those off to the side for now. So now back to our image. If you double click on it, you'll, like right now it's grouped. See how the whole thing moves together? If you double click on it or you hit object, ungroup, it'll do the same thing. Double click and it separates all of the layers. Pull them apart. You're usually going to want the bottom layer, usually. But pull them apart until you get one that you can see, like, I don't know if this one has it. These all actually look pretty good, but you want to make sure that you have lines all the way on all of your edges. Sometimes the outlines will get broken apart in places. Just try to get as solid a layer as you can get. We click it, do path, break apart, and you'll see what that does. It fills in everything. And now if you go path union, it's going to take a second because there's so many pieces. It filled it all in. We now have a solid silhouette. But like I said, we're missing these white open spaces between the people. So we have to put those back. These layers over here we don't need. This was just junk, so take them out. So now we have this. If you remember, this is these spaces. We want to put these back. Sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly where to put them. So here's how I do that. Take the original guy. We want him on top so we can see him. So we're going to go Object, Raise to Top. And now just lay him back over top of your other image. Okay? And now we're going to bring this in and lay up. Oh, you can see it. Sometimes you need to raise this to the top so you can see it, but in this particular case, it's fine. We can see it. If you drag it behind here and it disappears, you can just do, again, Object, Raise to Top, and it'll set this on top of what you're working on, but this is fine for now. So we're going to set this where it goes, and now we can take this back off because we don't need it again. Select that piece, hold Shift, select the silhouette piece, so both of them are selected. Go to Path, Difference. Now you see nothing happened. That happens a lot. Down here it says one of the objects is not a path, cannot perform Boolean operation. I don't know. They're definitely both paths. I don't know why it does that sometimes. When it happens, go to your node editor right here where it says Edit Paths by Node. Click on that. And see now, you can see that when I selected both of them, even though this outside piece looks selected, you can't see the nodes. You can see all the nodes in this one. So we're going to have that one selected, hold Shift, and select that one. Now you see all the nodes of both pieces. Try it again. Path, Difference, now you have your difference. You can go back to your selector tool, and now we have a nice pretty silhouette. We can turn it black, and that one is that. But now if you compare that to our original one, you'll see that you have all of that detail you wanted. This one, when we trace this, I should have probably not deleted that. If we keep this one, this was the original trace of a silhouette. And if you compare the two, like if you look at her hair, you'll see that you have all of that little detail in there. Everything is nice and sharp. You have the little fur on the back of his ankles where that all gets lost on this. His tail got all kind of loose and wobbly. So this is now going to be a clean enough silhouette that you can cut it pretty big and still actually have it look like a silhouette. So you have to just be careful when you're tracing things. Tracing things is awesome, and I do it all the time, but if the image that you're tracing is either already low resolution or it's a silhouette, you lose a lot of the detail when you try to trace it. So a lot of times you have to do it yourself. Same thing with text. If you try to trace something that has a lot of text in it, you're going to see the exact same thing happen. The text does not stay nice and sharp. It gets all fuzzy and weird looking, and it doesn't look pretty anymore. You have to just redo the text yourself. So there you go. There is your Beauty and the Beast silhouette, and you can do this with any clip art at all. Like I said, you just have to be conscious of what clip art you're taking, that the overall shape of it is going to hold up and look like what the picture is a picture of. So I hope you enjoyed this. Side note, I always save them as a, ouch, plain SVG that uploads nicely into Design Studio. You can also save it as a DXF if you want to put it in Silhouette without Designer Edition, or as an EPS file if you want to use it in Adobe. You could save it as a PDF or a PNG if you're going to print it onto a like a transfer sheet or something. But there you go. That is how you make a silhouette. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave me comments and subscribe to my channel, and you'll see any other videos I do. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, guys.